I'm Renee.
And I'm Anthony, and we are the voices, healers, and channelers behind Blue Soul Earth. We connect to higher levels of consciousness to bring forth divine energies, to heal and to teach ancient wisdom.
These energies that we access from higher dimensions largely consist of the ascended masters that humanity across cultures knows really well. They are many, but they speak collectively as one voice. And for simplicity's sake, we call them our spirit team.
How we channel as a couple is very unique. The energies we channel come down through Renee's crown chakra, through her solar plexus, into my solar plexus, and then back up through my crown chakra, and it forms a three-dimensional triangle that's used to heal and to teach.
These energies flow through us a bit like an infinity 8. The symbolism behind why and how this happens is actually pretty profound.
It's actually accessing divine feminine and divine masculine energies, weaving them together to form one energy to heal and to teach.
We will be channeling different topics in roughly 10 to 15 minute segments that will be part of our Blue Soul Wisdom series.
So if you're just starting out on your spiritual journey,
or if you'd like to access higher levels of consciousness,
or you'd like to take your healing practice to the next level,
then join us.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Anthony.
And I'm Renee, and we're here today to talk about the fast-paced lifestyle that we all live in and the need to slow down and why it's so important.
I think slowing down is very important for us. It's one of the ways that we are able to connect with our spiritual guides
and our higher self in order to hear and understand what is true for us at a soul level.
For myself, it's important that I meditate and that I take very deep breaths in and out. As I slow down my breath, I'm able to connect to my higher self or my higher consciousness.
And so we're going to bring forth our spirit guides and we're going to have a chat about the importance of slowing down and how that helps us feel more connected, not just to ourselves, but to humanity as a whole.
It is always an honor and privilege to be in your presence, Gaia. Thank you for receiving us.
It's good to see you guys. I'm going to read from the inner flap of a book that isn't new, and yet it's as relevant as ever. Someone I know personally, Carl Honor, who wrote the book In Praise of Slowness. Let's face it, we live in the age of speed. The world around us moves faster than ever before. We strain to be more efficient, to cram more into each minute, each hour, and each day. Consider these facts. Americans spend 40% less time with their children than they did in the 1960s. The average American spends 72 minutes a day behind the wheel of a car. It's likely more now. A typical business executive now loses 68 hours a year to being put on hold. And American adults currently devote, on average, a meager half an hour per week to making love. And it's probably less now.
We will tell you this, that during this period of COVID, during these months of slowing down, there are many who still want to go at a speed that is very fast. But this is true. There are many that may have to go back to work so that they may make a living. But they have felt now the need to slow down. They are connecting more with their children and their families, more so now than ever before. And you want to know something? They enjoy it. Things really will never be the same again. After you have gone through this experience, it takes hold of your mind. Your brain starts to act differently. The chemicals start to react differently. And you start to enjoy the slowness of life. We do. We do nothing fast. Everything is slow. in a manner of speaking, that is.
There's those people who really enjoy their work, are passionate about their work, and they have a hard time slowing down despite COVID-19 and despite that there's so much more meaning when we can connect to people on a personal level.
It is not that you're only connecting to those on a personal level. You also are connecting to us. When you slow down in whatever it is that you do, and you slow down the breath, and you become aware of your breath, then you start to become aware of us, that we are your spirit guides, and we're here to assist you as well in whatever it is that you need. You understand, in order to connect with us, all you really need to do is slow down and breathe. It's very difficult to connect or to do anything when your mind is spinning. It's like a dog that is going crazy. It's the same thing for human beings. You must relax first, and then find your ground. Breathe, and then choose to connect with us.
And what's the benefit of people connecting to their spirit guides? Some people don't even believe that spirit guides exist.
That is so, isn't it? They think that everything that they create comes from them. They don't see that there's help, always. The benefit of connecting with us is this. You exist in what you refer to as a three-dimensional realm. We exist in all of them. It is much better to be able to connect in both third-dimensional realms and everything else, instead of just one only. Don't you think?
Yes, and it also, perhaps, does it not also give us access to tools that exist in a multidimensional layer, if you like, that allows us to tap into knowledge and innate knowing of consciousness, well-being, and other aspects that can improve our lives.
All of the things that you're saying is true. Anytime you have more tools in your toolkit, you have greater opportunities to figure out what it is that you need to do. It really is about being a variety of different essences, isn't it? Know yourselves as being a variety of many different essences and beings, so that you may connect to us in a much easier way. More will come to you. You only need to use your imagination.
Einstein certainly talked about the art of creativity and imagination, and that in this imagination state that we can access higher levels of consciousness that we can't even explain. Connecting to you, connecting to our guides, which is also our higher consciousness, which is part of universal consciousness, is something that is still controversial.
We will say this, that you as a human species is on the precipice at the very beginning now of your quantum realities. You are starting to put together your science and your spirituality. Thinking only in science and then thinking only in religion and having both polar opposites is a linear way of thinking. You must start thinking in circles, start thinking in quantum realities. And now you're starting to do that. All of you, human beings, are starting to think like that now. And that's what's going to get you to slow down.
And also when we meditate and we do slow down and we are still with our breath, we go to a place of heart-based thinking and being. And so once we get out of the head and mind altogether, that is another way to slow down.
It is true. When you go and you start to slow down, you can start to connect now to your different chakra areas. However, you always wish to connect first with the heart. Within this heart chakra, the vibrational pattern is the biggest. When you start to slow down, you start to live from the heart. And when you live from the heart, you are living from us. The reason why you have so many gods and goddesses because you are so diverse as a human species.
Good. I think I'm going to be a different goddess every week.
Spice it up. Have a great deal of variety. That is good. A new goddess every week. Someone with whom you can connect to. It gives you different ways of studying, seeing things and seeing your world through the eyes of a new goddess.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for receiving us. We are your spiritual guides, and we are the Ascended Masters, here to give you assistance.
Thank you.
And to help you as well on your journeys. We thank you.
Thanks so much, guys.
May your goddesses and gods be with you. Om Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti. That beautiful Ujjayi breath that we so often hear Anthony have when he's actually connected to these higher realms and dimensions. This Ujjayi breath that brings him down into a theta or beta state. This is what allows him to connect to these higher consciousness levels, of which our higher self is part of it.
That is true, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, it's a beautiful experience to be able to slow down your breath, slow down your mind, and connect with your higher consciousness. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I hope, if anything, you take away from this is attempting to slow down your life and create more balance in your day-to-day routine and activities, get more time with your family, get more time with yourself.
Thank you for being with us.
Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye now.